Nice little peaceful night. Go put some sleeves on, cause these mosquitoes biting. Hold on, Diamond. This is a wild spot. I was about to get them, chat. What's good, everybody? Wake up, wake up. Don't go to sleep yet. Gotta have a conversation. We've been having some conversations today in between entertaining trolls and burner accounts on Twitter. It's been fun. I like making those racist white dudes mad, man. Don't y'all like making racist people mad? I don't know. I like making racist people mad. I don't know. I'm weird. What up, Zach? It ain't just racist white people. It's racist people in general. I like making racists mad. Getting them mad. That's why you gotta have a consistent product. Let me put some sleeves on before I go outside, man. Too many bugs out there, mosquitoes. The mosquitoes turn me up, man. What up, Glenn? We about to talk some recruiting in a second. Hold on. Told y'all we got the mobile live series going. Mobile live series going. What's good, Glenn? Where did I put my brewski? I thought I just brought. Did I not bring it in here? Diamond, did I leave it outside? I did. Come on, sweetie. What's good, Roll Tide chat? What up, Jordan? What's up, family? How y'all feel? I had to go ahead and put some sleeves on, man. These mosquitoes be out here biting. Hey, nothing. Listen, and you got that right, cause they are different. They're a different breed, man. They're definitely a different breed of mosquitoes that we carry in this great state. What's good, Greg? Good to see everybody pulling up, man. All right, let's just get into the conversation. I think we got enough people pulling up, and we just gonna have, like I said, we've been doing conversation lives for the past 2-3 days now, 2 or 3 days, and they've been getting some great feedback. As you all can see, if you follow on Twitter, we have the trolls riled up again. We have the haters and the wannabe insiders, right? It's funny because every page that's calling me a fake insider, if you go look at what they post and try to repost, they only post stuff that they pay for. So of course, you're going to be a little bit more emotionally attached to something that you're paying for, and you're going to believe that because you're paying for it, it's the best thing out there. You know, it's kind of like people with vehicles. You know, if you look at a Ford Expedition and a Chevrolet Tahoe, you know, not the XL size, just the regular one. If you look at the regular vehicle, they the same vehicle. You know, 7 passenger. You know, engines usually the same size, but they have Ford and Chevrolet on it, right? Um, Chevrolet, in my opinion, puts a little bit more detail into, you know, their framework and all of that stuff. Ford is more into that technology. So depending on what you like and what you're paying for, you're going to lean towards that, right? That's what it is with those guys. And they're funny because this guy goes and posts the article that in May talking about Xavier Griffin when Bama Online. I don't even know what the details of it. You just go by the title, and it says Alabama throws the towel in on Xavier Griffin, and we talked about how they popping fireworks back that chat. I don't know if y'all can see up in that mug, but yeah, I know I got PTSD. I had to double check real quick, boy. People really subscribe to me. Jordan, I wouldn't even want them type of personalities Anybody that got to create troll accounts, and this is the funny part. They talk about, Tank Jones and some of the other players, Derek Cooper, and I keep telling these kids, man, like y'all keep on playing. This guy Eric, he was like, it ain't gonna happen, Derek Cooper. I told y'all, first of all, I told y'all the big three receivers that Bama wanted, the big three, right? And literally they signed in that order. Kind of funny how they signed it in that order. None of those pages was calling that stuff 2 weeks before it happened or the week before it happened, right? Everybody waited till that weekend to start trying to post stuff. When they started getting more information, I had been calling it. I had to, man. I had to. That was definitely some fireworks. They back there still popping fireworks. But yeah, facts, Zach. That's a good way of looking at it. Listen, this is Alabama, bro. You know how this go. Fireworks is in until you get tired of seeing them pop, right? For the whole month of July, you liable to see fireworks around these parts. But so but yeah, so check this out. Let's get into the conversation. Tank Jones. I have my sources, and I feel like Alabama's number one. I don't think he's sold and ready to sound Alabama, but I think Alabama's number one. And if he sticks to his commitment, if he goes ahead and announce, Alabama will get. I think we'll get the just off of the past. I want to say about 8 hours of just checking in on different sources and you know trying to get in contact, back in contact with some people that work daily with the young man or in contact with the young man daily. Um, just trying to gauge, everything that everybody is saying because definitely not talking directly to him. He's kind of blocked off access to, YouTube channels and I'm a CD list type personality right now. So we working our way up. Not everybody gonna rock with you, and he's definitely a star in the making. He's got a strong, solid camp around him through this process. So just earning that trust and creating that networking relationship is a priority right now. And following the sources that are reliable, not necessarily the media, but the sources that are reliable, man. How's my fourth big orange? It was great, man. Welcome in, bro. Good to see you, man. Drop a like on the stream. We got 21 in the chat. Plenty of lurkers. Y'all can tap the screen, man, to like the stream too if you're watching on your mobile phone because we are in mobile mode. And don't forget, man, we got opportunities for donating, giving, super chats, gifted memberships, all that stuff. Support the network by doing such. But the best way is to support. What's up, Britt? Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. I didn't give you your moderator tag in here. There we go. There you go, sis. You should be straight now. Big Orange, I appreciate you for being a solid Tennessee fan coming in here and checking in every time you get a chance, bro. It really does good for content and dialogue when we're talking other teams and you have a representative, a true representative that knows their team and can talk some good trash talk. It's cool. Tennessee is screwed as far as making the playoffs this year. Hey, you know what? You guys are that. And can we segue this Tennessee real quick before we continue talking Bama since we got Big Orange? Shout out to Big Orange. Shout out to Jacob Brooks and Davin Jones is in the building. Roll Tide, man. Good to see everybody. But yeah. But Big Orange, I think you guys are selling yourself short on the type of team that you have. You have a team right now in the schedule that sets you up to go 7-5 or 9-3. It's 2 games in there where it can really be like go way left and y'all just lose, or y'all do what y'all do. Y'all find a system. Y'all find a groove with Aguilar. You got a rotational running backs. You got a deep wide receiver room. They're young, but it's deep of talent. You got a solid 2-3 tight end rotation that you could throw in to help with that passing, receiving game, receiving core. Um, your run game should be able to sustain, even though you're replacing some solid guys on the offensive line. You got some talent and some experience there because of injuries you experienced last year. So defensively, I think y'all going to be just as decent as y'all was last year. You got another four guys up front in your first four, your 3-4 man front. I think y'all run the 4-man, the 4-2-5 also, or the like a 3-4 nickel. So it's cool to see like and my unbiased opinion, not just because you in here, I've been talking about Tennessee. I think they're going to struggle in a lot of games, but they're still going to be in games that they can win because of the talent. Talent does help out when you're in those situations. Diamond, come here. You not going in the house, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about. Come here, Diamond. This dog, I don't know what's wrong with her, but she feel like she. Come here, Diamond. Come here. We talking about you. Sit down. Her pretty self. She is spoiled. She is the prettiest thing ever. She reminds me so much of my old pet, Tracy. But hope will make sure we win 8 games. Facts. You know what? Josh Heupel. I think he's done a great job to given what he came in behind. And just personally watching a certain player, Travis Smith Jr. Y'all got that 4-star wide receiver that y'all got, true freshman. He's going to be a dog, right? But watching his process, uh, facts, Glenn. Watching his recruiting process and being kind of closely connected with how Tennessee treated him and that class. Seeing a lot of players that committed in that class. Um, and then y'all got some early commitments in this 26 class. I think y'all going. Did y'all get Braden Ross today? Did Braden Ross? Did y'all get him? My bad. Am I back? Did y'all get Braden Ross today? I felt like he was a Tennessee fit. Texas or Tennessee? He come out of that high school in Georgia. Let me see, cause I think he was announcing today, right? Oh, he said to commit tomorrow. So Braden Rouse, I coached against his high school, not him, but his high school at Kel. I coached against that school in 2019, and their facilities are nice, man. Their facility, they got some of the best concession stand food. Yeah, we got the Bud Light tonight, chap. Yes, he definitely is 5 Adam. I don't think Alabama is getting him, even though we're in his top 4. If he commits to Alabama, that'd be weird. I think that'll be like a NIL type thing. Like he'll commit just so other schools can up his NIL. Cause there's no way Braden Ross commits in a class with Xavier Griffin and they're committed already. Jamari Matthews, Alabama target, and Nick Abrams. You're talking about just those 3 names right there. Did you see Syracuse bought a new facility in football? Yeah, man, that was crazy. Did you see Bump Syracuse? Did you see Buford's new stadium setup? The high school in Georgia? Oh my God, bro! These high school stadiums are starting to get more extravagant than the college ones. Be sure to double tap the screen. Yeah, we only got 12 likes, 31. So let's get into the conversation. Back to Bama. I'm sorry, Big Orange. I got to get back to Bama. We got the Bama family in here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all tapping that screen. But yeah, that's crazy, right? But so Tank Jones, like I said, my personal feels is we'll get that verbal. And it'll be a process that's played throughout the season. That Tank is going to be a guy, whoever can get him on campus during the season and really like show him what's ahead of him. Because I don't think he wants to wait to really get. He's a day one ready player, right? You look at his film, you look at his size, you look at his frame, you look at his skill sets. You can put him in situational parts of the defense, like specific pass rush sets, specific pass rush calls off the edge. But this is a young man that I think development-wise, as he continues to fill out his frame, can probably get up to that 265, 270 range and play that bandit position and still maintain that strong pass rushing ability. Natural, can beat the tackles, the guards, whatever. Really can whoop up on tight ends and pass pro. That's what you get from Tank Jones. And then you look at where Xavier Griffin, he's an edge rusher right now, but it's no secret that Alabama is recruiting him to go inside. And with his skill set, his range, man, you look at that young man, another version of what we're going to see Corey Wusa, he started off playing inside linebacker and they moved him to the edge. So Kane Womack is doing some things with these linebackers. He's finding their skill sets and putting them in the right spots. Even with Justin Hill this year coming in at the wolf position, that's the type of range and pass rushing ability that I see from Tank, but in a bigger frame. And I really think Tank could get up to that 270 range, man, 275 range, and really still be effective as a true defensive end. Kane loves to sub a lot of players on defense and freshmen at that. Facts, Glenn. And this is why I keep saying this. Now, I want to move on to this topic too. I made a tweet earlier and I said Alabama is still looking at wide receivers to commit to this class. I think Alabama might push the envelope and sign 5 wide receivers. Reason being, if you look at the scholarship wide receivers on roster right now, I counted 11. At Washington, under Kalen DeBoer, under his second year, they went from 10 scholarship wide receivers to 14, right? In his second year. You look at when he was at Fresno State, they went and they added that recruiting class and the first year of the portal with Fresno State. They had 15 scholarship wide receivers on the roster. This is a offense that is really centered around the vertical passing threat, right? And you don't want burnt out legs because your receivers are going to run third phase routes 60-70% of the pass plays, right? It's just a known thing. A lot of misdirection behind the field to create, linebacker or defensive end mismatches with skilled players. Diamond, stop barking because you're not going in the house. Relax. Come here. Sit down. Sit. No, I didn't say come here. I said sit down. Sit. Sit. Yeah. Look, I want to go back to the door. I ain't. But nah, so I look at it and I say, so we got our big three: Sedarius Morgan, Owen Cabell, Brian Williams, all big body receivers, 6'2.5", 6'3", and 6'4", right? 185, 190, 200. All these big body receivers with different skill sets and route running abilities. What up, Nicholas Scott? Good to see you, man. What's good? I'm new here. What's up, Obey? What's good, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. We talking a little Bama recruiting. We in our mobile vlog series. I usually do this from the studio, but we just doing interactive conversation stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on this month of July. So this is the best way for me to stay engaged and stay in contact with the community. We got 13 likes on the stream. I want to continue this conversation. So in order for me to continue this conversation about Bama recruiting, and I got a name that I want y'all to look at as wide receivers, and y'all gonna call me crazy about this tape, but I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from, because this won't be a crazy happening if it happens. So run the likes up, tap the screen, double tap the screen. That's how you hit the thumbs up on this stream. We got 36 in the chat right now, and we're only live on YouTube right now. So anybody lurking, it's going to be obvious if you're lurking. Shout out to YouTube for bringing up the analytics and allowing us to see user accounts that, if they're staying for more than 30 seconds, you get registered. Basically, you're registering as a viewer. So if you want to get out of here now, you might get seen. Out of the 36 that aren't trying to be seen, you might get seen now, because I purposely was talking for 30 seconds so you could be seen. So you're just not seeing this. If you're just not hearing that, I know who you are, and I will find you. What is my opinion on that comment? What comment? I'm sorry. Kane loves to sell a lot of players. Like that we have offense head coach that also recruits a lot of defensive players. Facts. Which comment you talking about, though? Nicholas Scott, good to see you, man. For real, I seen the name and automatically, remember seeing it in the chat, supporting over there on Bama Football on YouTube. I believe that's where you were, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we've been here for a minute, man. So, but yeah. So listen to this is my theory. So you already know that Alabama hosted a lot of wide receiver talent over the official visit season. Samarian Wingo was in that mix. Booby Feaster, who's committed. Both of those players, I think Wingo hasn't committed yet. His commitment is set for Thursday or Friday of this week, I believe. But a lot of these players are starting to push off their commitment dates, which is reasonable. You know, wide receivers right now, the NIL value for wide receivers right now is low because of how much talent. A lot of schools, a lot of the top end schools feel like, one, they have on roster talent that they're giving them opportunities to develop this year and put what their development over the past year and a half, 2 years on display. Right? You got teams like Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M, Florida, and I ain't gonna go Florida. Let's go Florida. Um, who else, man? Explosive offense. I think Oregon has a strong wide receiver class. Like, you got a lot of big name schools that have those talented quarterbacks with these young receiver cores, right? That played a little bit, but they might be redshirt freshmen or true sophomores, but they have experience. And now this year, they're got the year in the system. It's a lot of programs like that. Tennessee, we just talked about Tennessee. So Texas also, a lot of questions to be answered, but they got a lot of talent to fill those voids. So I look at it and I say, Alabama this year, it would not be crazy for Alabama to lose 4 receivers out of the wide receiver room. And that's 1, Isaiah Horton. That's 2, Jeremy Bernard. You might lose a Jalen Hale, you know, and then I think you might see 2 younger guys who just depth chart issues might hit the portal. Let's say, for instance, 2 guys hit the portal and you have 3 guys transition NFL, whatever, right? That's 5 total guys in one class. You've got 3 committed. You got 3 guys committed in Sadarius Morgan, Brian Williams, Owen Cabell. They have to sign. It's one thing to be committed, and then it's one thing to sign. So if you got 5 guys possibly transitioning, if I'm a coaching staff, I'm not going to just Sadarius Morgan, Brian, Owen Cabell. We got the 3. We got 3 of the framework archetype receivers we want. We need to pad depth, quality depth. There's a 3-star receiver currently committed to Ole Miss, Corey Barber. I think, and he's an in-state talent, and he's a Bama fan. I think Alabama starts to go and show that there's opportunity, realistic opportunity with some of the roster transition going into this fall. That's when you're going to start seeing guys decommitting, and early signing day, Alabama is going to be in the forefront. And do not be surprised if there are 5 wide receiver commits. Coach Smook, nobody signing more than 3 wide receivers in a recruiting class. Lies. Terrell Shivers, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, all in the same class. And they were dialed in to try to go and get your other youngin out of that same class. I forget. He went to LSU in that same class. They were going to Alabama. Coach Saban was talking about revamping the passing game. Even in that class, they took an athlete in Shadarius Townsend. Chad Townsend was in that class too. And guess where he ended up getting moved to? He did not stay at running back like he played mostly in high school. He ended up getting moved to wide receiver. 5 wide receivers in one class. So for all you experts out there, and I need somebody to clip that, because these dummies on Twitter, these burner pages, they think it's so, they know so much because they knew somebody's buddy that was on Saban's staff that thinks they're still connected to this program. And I'm 100% positive that nobody that had the ends on Saban's staff and how that program was ran, nobody is in that locker room right now. And I love the fact that they keep trolling, keep coming in, getting clips, posting it, going into your group messages. These goofies were trying to add me to a group message. They got 100 or some people. Some of y'all are in there. Funny thing, Bama Boy 22, I seen you in there too. They got you in there. So stick around in there. Let me know what they saying, because they don't do nothing but troll. I like to get the screenshots. So in the season, when they start asking me for insight and all this stuff and trying to, get handouts, I ain't playing that mess. But that's that. That's the wide receiver take. So just think, 2017. Glenn, you know who I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about? It wasn't Aaron Anderson. He came, I want to say 2021, 2022, I want to believe, Aaron Anderson. Because he's still in college. Aaron Anderson still at LSU, ain't he? Aaron Anderson? Jojo Earl, he's at TCU. Yeah, all them guys were like 20, 21, 22 guys, right? But yeah, Saban did the same thing. Had a good class of wide receivers graduate and transition, um, and had some guys that were underdeveloped, So he went heavy on some top end guys, and that's what I look at with Caleb DeBoer, and looking at the future projections, because you got to think Ryan Williams is only going to be there for one more year. Rico Scott can have a solid year this year and a breakout year next year, kind of like Devontae Smith did from sophomore to junior year, right? And then he ended up coming back senior year and just re-solidifying junior year. So you could have a trio of receivers exit next year. Then the following year, trio of receivers exit next year via draft or portal. And then two more young ones that probably aren't depth pieces right now transfer, you know. That's five guys. You get five committed in this class. You maybe sign four, right? I think the three we got are the three that we targeted and wanted to sign. I think they will sign. I think we get one of the two that I'm suspecting for sure. Marquez Daniels is a kid out of Tuskegee, and me and Brody Smook have been chopping it up with this young man for a couple months now. And he's currently committed to Florida. I think he's a hard Florida commit based off some sites. But I guarantee you, if Alabama rolls down there and they want him, and they show him the realistic projection of him being able to, be in this offense. Doggone phone. Him being able to be in this offense for the next 2 years. Watch what happens with this group of receivers, man, over the next year. With Keelan Russell going into his first year as a starter, presumably next year, and then his second year as a starter, ushering a year 226 recruit like Cedarian Morgan, right? Brian Williams, Oren Cabell, and then Marquez Daniels. Dude is nasty. 20 likes on the stream with 36 people. Come on, y'all. Come on, big homie. Get them right, man. Tap that screen, double tap that screen. We got about 8 more minutes here on this live, y'all. 45 minutes. 30 or 45 minutes live. So, and I got to get back in the house to start making dinner too, cooking food. So, that's my take on the wide receivers. Now, I'm going to say this. I have intel that there are two offensive linemen, 2 tackles. One's in-state, one's out of Arizona. Alabama's targeting heavy. The other 2, I think they're more so Alabama, in my opinion, Alabama fits that I feel like that will come up on the board later on in the fall, like towards the unofficial, the visits, the fall visits. So with unlimited fall visits, think about it, unlimited fall visits this spring, this upcoming fall. And I think that's what the lettering of the NCAA ruling was, unlimited fall visits during the season. That's going to be a game changer with Alabama, who I believe is sitting on a lot of defensive linemen like Titan Davis. I think Titan Davis committed to Michigan just to secure his spot, but I think he wants to be at Bama. Wilson Zaire, who committed to is Zaire committed? No, Deacon Schmidt, offensive lineman, committed to Oklahoma. I think he wanted to be at Bama. But guys just kind of have to make those moves while they're trying to pad their recruiting stock or whatever. And it's smart. It's smart business. It's smart ways to keep schools looking at you, competing for you, showing their hand a little bit so you can have a realistic gauge on what you want to project your future for. So, yeah, Hugh Freeze said he ain't on the recruiting stuff. He ain't standing none of that. He gonna bank on the portal. He said just use our portal fund and we'll be straight. But yeah, the 2 offensive linemen for sure, man. One in-state, one Arizona, and I would love to see more so of a pushback for Malachi Lee. I would love to see. I don't think that battle is over. I told y'all when he committed to Michigan, that family was literally like, Bama, Michigan, the family. And so it's pressure, but I don't know, man. Maybe we get the flip. Maybe we get the flip with Malachi Lee. What else? Defensive lineman. Like I said, Titan Davis is. I think he's a priority. Same way Xavier Griffin was, and Tank Jones, of course, true defensive end body. And then I think the ship is sailed on Kamari Brooks. I think that ship is sailed. Seeing that Bama's kind of paying more attention to Tank Jones, which I would too. If I'm looking at Jones and Brooks, all those linebackers that's high on the board right now, if I got to drop two, Brooks is one of them, and then Davis Jr. Davis Jr. is the other one, Anthony Davis, because you got Griffin now. You got Griffin, and then you got Hall in this class. So yeah, I like what Bama's doing right now. Now I'm more so bought in on the process of how they recruit these guys. And we'll talk about that a lot more later. What's up, William? Good to see you, man. Look what Bach did during the portal left to get the NIL deal he won. Not even that, not just that, but he left. He showed that your star player can hit the portal anytime if you don't open them pocketbooks. I told y'all it was Bach. Bach made a business decision not just for him, but for the University of Alabama to show them how serious it was going to be to really want to keep players' interest and believing in the process. You have to be a competitor in the NIL. You have to be. You're not going to get guys in this new day and age. You're not going to get guys just based off of word and a commitment. That's a big part of it. That's a huge part of it for some families. But for the majority, you have to be realistic and say, man, this is a new game. We can't have a kid at Auburn getting, $5K a month, and our student only getting this 485 or this 800 and barely making it. This student athlete is bringing in millions for our university. So I like where it's at for all of these schools right now, with all of the court rulings coming down, putting parameters around the game. I think college football is in a better spot than it was last year at this time. Let's put it like that. Facts. Ain't no rebuilding over here, reloading. Hey, shout out to the Big 32 in the chat. We got 23 likes on the stream. Hey, I appreciate y'all for hanging out again, y'all. This is a good conversation tonight. And tomorrow we'll be back at it, 8 a.m. Everything going to be mobile from here on out. I had to end up making a quick adjustment with my living situation because I got school next week. So make a quick adjustment, but not going to stop us from being able to interact. The gaming content, the 10th, we should be good on the 10th to do some gaming again. Maybe tomorrow too. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We might be good to do it tomorrow, but on the evenings I'll be out of the studio for the next week. So, and then we go to Arkansas next week. Next Monday we fly out to Arkansas for school. So we'll be checking in strictly mobile for the most part until we get set up there for the time that we're gonna be there. And then I have some people in place already so that we can do some content surrounding Bama. Not much recruiting news to be popped off. I guarantee you after Thursday, Friday, recruiting and die down, and we'll get back into like the creative content side of things. So, yeah, I'm excited too, William. I'm excited too. I'm real tired today. I had a long day, chat. A lot of different ups and downs today, but God is able. God is good, and he's done more than I can expect him to do for me. So I just got the light cut off on me, so that means it's time for me to go in. Hey, don't forget, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I appreciate y'all. Tap them screens, man. Double tap. Make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, dead period until next Friday. Next Friday, I believe. I got to double check, big homie. But, yeah, I appreciate y'all again. And take care of yourselves. Be blessed. I see y'all in the morning.